Hey everybody, welcome to our next exit. Well, we're headed to Quartzsite, hopefully tomorrow. But as you can see, I haven't finished all my chores. Pearl's not happy. She says she's not riding in the RV until I get those chairs installed. And they're not even here. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon right now. We got some work to do. If we don't get our captain chairs back in time, looks like this is our only plan we got left. I get to drive again, get me a rope and tie myself down, and away we go. Quartzsite, here we come. And I've obviously been putting this off just about as long as I can. Not only do our captain chairs need some attention, but the throne got to be addressed before we even think about heading to Quartzsite. So we have to change this valve out every couple of years, no big deal. But this time they sent us the wrong one. It has 4 little cutouts in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. But the one that's on our toilet now only has 1. So I tried to modify this. This is the new one. And that didn't work. I just melted it out. But so I took the old valve down there, cleaned it all up. That was a yucky job. But I put in 1 inch or so of water a couple of hours ago, and it's holding it. So maybe we're going to get by with the old one just cleaning it up. If it's still holding water in the morning, I can put it back in the RV. So the seal held, and put the toilet back in, and it's holding water just great. And that keeps all those fumes down in your black tank and not seeping out and getting inside of your coach. It really helps, especially when you're out boondocking. We've got 4 slides, and 3 of them look about like this. They have to be replaced. So we tried to get these, we got them ordered, and get all 3 of these slide toppers replaced before Quartzsite. Good thing, because it rained and rained hard. So we just got our front slide topper installed. And then we got to install this one. You can see it's pretty rough. And this one over here is getting pretty rough. Try to do both of these today. And this one up here probably lasts another year, or maybe a couple of years. So we'll see how that goes. So as you can imagine, getting a slide topper off by yourself is not that big of a deal. Getting it on is a little bit different story. But to get it off, I just rolled the tube back until all the toppers unrolled, and I got a pair of vice grips I clamp on the end of the tube, and then lubricate it up and pull it off. So putting it back on takes 2 people. And Pearl used to be my go-to person before she started getting this vertigo problem. And she's not real comfortable climbing up on a ladder. So luckily our neighbor across the street was up cleaning his solar panels, and he saw Pearl coming up the ladder, and he knew she had a problem with vertigo. So he come over and helped feed the slide topper in. You can get it about 2 or 3 foot by yourself, but the rest of it you got to have somebody kind of feeding it in while you're pulling it all the way on. Thanks very much, George. I couldn't have got it done without your help. Alrighty, just about got her. Neighbor come over and give me a hand pulling these on. It went pretty quick. Got 3 brand new ones. The one over here is 5 or 6 years old, so we won't change it for a while. Well, the captain chairs made it about 5:30 last night, and All we had done was the bottom half here recovered. We had a big rip over in here, and then on this side it was chewed up quite a bit. But they look really nice. Looks like we're going to make it.
So if I feel like it, I'm just going to take it. Yeah. And so
I got to admit, we get asked a lot, what's the big deal about Quartzsite? Some of you guys might be saying, what's the big deal about camping out in the desert, boondocking? Well, this is the big deal. Sitting around the campfire with friends, whether it's a wood fire or a propane fire, having community meals, sharing stories and life experiences. It is just so fulfilling for Pearl and I, and also for all these folks that we meet all across the country. It can be big groups, it can be small groups. We stayed for 4 or 5 days with a group of maybe 15 RVs, and then we went over with 3 other RVs, 4 of us total, and boondocked with another set of friends. It is what keeps us going. Making our YouTube videos, boondocking, and running out into our friends all across the country. What are you making there, Mr. Dave?
I've got us some steak fajitas and some chicken fajitas. Yep.
You got some jalapenos in the tin and some heard rumor you might have some tequila in there.
Yeah, we've got some margaritas in there, which is even better.
This is what Quartzsite's about.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And of course, one of the main reasons a lot of folks go to Quartzsite is for the big tent event, where they've got this humongous tent with hundreds of vendors that sell you all kind of stuff. Some of it's RV related, and some of it is just crazy stuff. But while we were there this year, we bought several things that we didn't know we needed until we talked to some of our friends. Thanks to Gary and Carol, they've kind of turned us on to this water softener. This is basically the same system that we use at home. We have water softener for the house, and then we have a carbon filter, reverse osmosis filter, and then a VOC filter, which kind of enhances the flavor and stuff of the water. And that's the same thing that, you got all 3 of those same filters here, so we'll start all the water we put in the coach, we're going to run it through the water softener. We have horrible water here in Arizona. So we'll soften the water, we'll filter it, and then this is the water that we'll drink. Got a little button here, and you have to have it plugged in, but it keeps track of how much water you've used and where the filters, when they're time to change. So we're anxious to start using this. We used to use the Berkey system, but now they can't sell their filters anymore. They got some kind of issue with that, and our filter was getting wore out. So we're going with this one. It's a little more expensive, a lot more expensive really, but I think it's a better one. Charles and Abby use this one, and they're the one that kind of sold us on it. And then I think Wayne and Carrie, this is the same tire pressure monitoring system they use. It's a tire minder. But our old one we've had for almost a little over 10 years. And the sending units from the tires we put in new batteries, but they'd last a week or 2 and go out. So we decided it's time to get a new tire monitoring system. We've got some friends that are really smart, by the way, and they don't use these. They think it's a waste of money and causes your tires to lose air. But we almost wouldn't go anywhere without a tire pressure monitoring system. We really believe in it. It's saved us, not saved us, but it's notified us of issues with our tires a couple times. So when you go to Quartzsite, expect to spend a little bit of money, find some things that you didn't even know you needed, but maybe you do. And we paid for all of these with our own money. None of this is sponsored or anything. This is just basically from friends' recommendations. And speaking of good friends, Pearl and I love playing Mexican Train, but we're just not very good at it. And we played with Jim and Donna. We played with several people in Quartzsite, but Jim and Donna actually let us win. There's no way I'm a good enough player to beat Jim or Donna, but 165, I'm liking that. Almost all the time we spent at Quartzsite was fun, friends, food, just a great time. But the day after we played dominoes with Jim and Donna, we went to Parker with them to stock up and get some food and some things we needed for the next day's cookout. And we ran across an accident. And I'm really curious what you folks think is the right thing to do here. I don't have the right answer, but I do know it's something that's important. Like with our RVs having tire blowouts and, you know, getting slung off the side of the road and stuff. We came across a car crash, and Pearl and I seen quite a few car crashes in our travels. But this one was kind of sad, and I'm not sure what the right answer is. I think, as you'll see here on the highway, there's no skid marks, nobody stepped on the brakes, there's nothing like that. This happened pretty instantaneous. But what I think happened is this first car pulling a trailer came upon an accident, or maybe even saw the accident happen in front of them. A car turned over on the side of the road. So what do? Maybe even you see the accident and you see there's people that are hurt there. I can really easily see there's not a lot of places to pull off the highway, especially in an RV, without doing a lot of damage. So you stop on the highway, stop on the road. You put on your flashers and assume the guy in traffic behind you, if there is any, will see you and they'll stop also. It appears to me that the one car ran off the road, flipped over. Probably the next car, either behind it or coming towards it, saw it and they pulled over, or they didn't pull over, they stopped right in the highway to get out and go help. And then another car, could have been right behind them or could have been, 5 miles behind them, came up and didn't see what was going on. Maybe was texting, maybe fell asleep, maybe was drinking and driving, I don't know. But ran, bam, smack into it. And obviously somebody was killed here, I think, because we passed it in the morning going to Parker. We went to Parker, did all of our shopping, stopped, had a bite to eat, and then drove back. So a couple hours had passed, and there's still, when we went and then when we came back, 5, 6, 7 police cars and people there. The accident had been there a long time, like they're investigating the death or something. Let me play it in slow motion and leave down in the comments, tell me what you think is the right answer. Should you just keep going until you can safely pull off? Was it right to stop in the highway, put on your flashers on a little small country road like this? Let me know what you think.
Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, that doesn't look
3-car
good
pileup.
at all.
Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, my heart goes out to them. See the truck still there?
Wow. Oh my gosh, the car's
Oh, it's still
there.
upside down.
There's the truck. So it was 2 trucks and a car. But man, and
I really feel bad ending the video on a sad note like that because somebody probably died. But if it helps any of us to remember, we're driving big, heavy vehicles, and it can happen. It can happen to any of us, whether it's a tire blowing out or somebody swerving across in front of us. We got to remain vigilant, and even though you may want to stop and help, be safe about it. Get out of the traffic and be safe. I'm curious what you think. If you would leave a comment down below, let us know what you think's the right way to handle that. And that pretty much ends our video, folks. Keep the wheels rolling. Stay safe. We'll see you at the next exit. So long, folks.